Rain cut through the night like broken glass. Lagos never slept, but tonight it screamed. Sirens wailed over the hum of engines and the pounding of a man's footsteps. Tunde Adebayo ran, soaked, his breath coming in short bursts, the city's neon bleeding across puddles beneath him. His phone buzzed again, unknown number. He didn't pick up. He already knew who it was. "Run all you want," the voice echoed from the last call, smooth and cruel. "You can't outrun an empire." He darted into an alley, pressed against a wall, chest heaving. A helicopter passed overhead, Zenix Corp security. He could see its red beam slicing the rain. He clutched a small flash drive in his fist, his life's work, the code that made them billions, and destroyed him. In his mind, his wife's voice whispered, "Promise me you'll come home before midnight?" He hadn't, and by morning, his family was gone. Tunde's jaw tightened. He slid the flash drive into a drain, hidden, then stepped into the open as headlights filled the alley. "Hands where I can see them," a guard barked. 3 armed men advanced, their black raincoats marked with Zenix emblem, a golden falcon. "I built your empire," Tunde said quietly, hands rising. "And you think you can bury me?" "Orders from the top," the lead guard said. "They want you quiet." Tunde's lips curved into a small smile. "Then you should have brought more men." Lightning flashed. He grabbed the nearest guard, twisted the weapon free, dropped him with a single shot. The others opened fire, bullets sparking off metal dumpsters. Tunde dove behind a car, shot twice, hit one in the leg. The other ran. The rain swallowed the echo of gunfire. Tunde limped toward the corner, pain burning in his shoulder. Blue lights appeared ahead, police, bribed by Zenix, blocking his escape. He froze. Nowhere left to run. A black SUV screeched to a halt beside him. The door opened. A woman's voice called out, "Get in if you want to live." He didn't hesitate. Inside, Chica's eyes met his in the rearview mirror. She was calm, focused. "They framed you," she said. "I saw the footage. You're the fall guy for Belogan's stolen funds." "Where's my family?" His voice broke on the word family. Chica looked away. "I'm sorry." He closed his eyes. Silence filled the car as they sped through flooded streets, neon lights flickering off broken glass. Somewhere in the chaos, Tunde Adebayo died. 5 years later, the skyline of Lagos glowed like a circuit board. Billboards shouted wealth, Zenix Corp, powering the future. A man in a gray suit walked among the crowd, calm, anonymous. His eyes scanned faces, corners, cameras. Tunde Adebayo no longer existed. Now he was Malik Ajayi, a logistics consultant, legitimate, invisible, forgotten. His eyes still burned with memory. Every corner of the city carried ghosts. The street where his son had once bought ice cream, the bus stop where his wife had waited that night. He passed them without looking back. He had waited 5 years, built contacts, gathered names, bought silence. Tonight, the shadows moved again. He entered a small tech lab behind a repair shop. Screens flickered with security footage, shipping manifests, drone feeds. Malik spoke softly into a headset. "Are we live?" A distorted voice replied, "Live and encrypted." "Then let's begin." Within minutes, data poured across screens. Zenix's offshore accounts, shipment routes, transaction logs, the empire's veins. Malik injected a worm, clean and silent, rewriting ledgers, erasing debts, rerouting funds. Across the city, Zenix's logistics system flickered. Trucks stopped mid-route. Bank alerts blared. Malik leaned back, eyes cold. Consider that a warning, Chief. At Zenix Tower, alarms rang. The CEO, Chief Balogan, slammed his desk. Who the hell breached my network? Unknown source. But what? The analyst hesitated. The signature code? It's identical to Tunde Adebayo's. Balogan froze. That's impossible. He's dead. Hours later, Malik stood on a rooftop overlooking the city. The rain had stopped. Lagos gleamed like fire beneath him. He whispered to himself, "You built your empire with my hands. Now I'll burn it with their own fire." A voice startled him. That's quite a declaration for someone talking to himself. He turned. A woman stood behind him, camera in hand, sharp-eyed, confident. "I'm Amara Kalu," she said, stepping closer. "Investigative journalist. I've been looking into Zenix for months. You just cost them $5 million. Malik's face stayed unreadable. "You talk too much for someone standing on a roof with a stranger. I talk when I know I'm right. You're not Malik Ajayi. You're Tunde Adebayo, the ghost of Zenix." He didn't answer. City wind whipped her hair across her face. "I'm not here to expose you. I'm here to help you finish it." He studied her. "Why?" "My brother worked for them," she said. "They said he died in an accident. I know better." For a long moment, silence hung between them. Then Malik said, "Meet me tomorrow, midnight, Ikoyi Bridge. If you're lying, you'll wish you weren't." She smiled faintly. "If I'm lying, you'll already know." The next night, under the old bridge, Malik waited. Rain again. Always rain. Headlights flashed once. Amara's car. She stepped out holding a flash drive. "Everything I have on Zenix. Illegal shipments, off-books accounts, even government bribes." Malik plugged it into his laptop. Files loaded, dense with proof. "You're good," he said. "I'm the best, but you still haven't told me what you plan to do." Looked at her, voice low. "Bring their empire down from the inside." A noise behind them, a camera flash. Malik spun, gun drawn, a drone hovering, recording. He shot it down, sparks raining into the water. "They're watching us," Amara said. "They've always been watching. But now, I'm watching back." At Zenix Tower, Chief Balogan stared at a photo on his desk. The same drone image, blurry but clear enough. "Tunde," he murmured. "Welcome home." He turned to his head of security. "Bring me Amara Kalu, alive." The night bled into morning, but Lagos didn't rest. Sirens again, markets waking up, news anchors shouting headlines. Zenix Corp suffers mysterious cyber attack, millions lost, Chief Balogan promises swift justice. Inside a narrow apartment, Malik stood before a cracked mirror, wrapping gauze around his forearm. A bullet grazed from the drone ambush. He barely winced. Pain was routine now. Amara sat on the couch behind him, laptop open, analyzing data. They're scrubbing files, deleting transactions in real time. Balogan is trying to bury evidence. "Let him try," Malik said quietly. "The more he deletes, the deeper he digs his own grave." She looked up at him. "You sound like a man who doesn't plan to survive this." He met her eyes in the reflection. "I didn't come back to survive." The rain outside softened to a drizzle. The city hummed below, alive and oblivious. Amara broke the silence. Tunde, why not just expose them to the press? You have enough to end him legally. Malik turned, his voice steady but cold, because justice here isn't found in courtrooms. It's found in shadows. He picked up his phone. A text flashed on screen. They found her. He froze. Chica. Amara frowned. Who? The only person who ever helped me escape.
Minutes later, Malik's bike tore through the streets, exhaust echoing against steel and concrete. Lagos lights blurred past in streaks. He reached the warehouse near the port just as black SUVs pulled away. Inside, silence. He moved cautiously, gun drawn, and then he saw her. Chica, beaten, blood on her face, but alive. "You still running ghosts?" she whispered, half smiling through pain. "You should have stayed hidden," Malik said, kneeling beside her. She coughed weakly. "They're moving something big tonight. Balogun's private shipment. The bridge near Apapa. If you stop it, you'll end everything." "What's in it?" "Proof," she gasped. "Everything." Her hand trembled as she handed him a keycard. "End it for us all." Her eyes dimmed. The silence that followed hit harder than any bullet. Malik closed her eyes gently. For a long moment, he didn't move. Then, his voice broke softly. "They took everything from me. Now they'll learn what that feels like." At Zenix Tower, Balogun watched the live feed of his convoy, armored trucks moving through the Lagos Bridge. He smiled faintly. "Let them come," he muttered. "The empire doesn't fall, it rebuilds." Night fell again. The convoy rolled through the foggy bridge, engines humming. Malik and Amara watched from a rooftop overlooking the route. She loaded her camera, he loaded his weapon. "You don't have to do this," she said. "I already did it the day they buried my family." He pressed the button on his wrist controller. A drone camera activated, circling above the convoy. "Give them the light," he said. Street lamps flickered out. The bridge went black. Only the sound of waves and engines remained. Then boom! A controlled explosion under the lead truck. Flames burst into the mist. Guards scrambled, shouting into radios. Malik moved like a ghost through the smoke, silent, precise. Gunfire cracked. 2 guards down. 1 more before he reached the main truck. He climbed inside. Steel crates lined the back, sealed. He opened one and froze. Inside weren't weapons or cash. It was people. Dozens of trafficked workers, bound, terrified. His stomach turned. My God, this isn't smuggling, it's slavery. Amara's voice came through his earpiece. "What do you see?" "Proof enough," he said. "But it's worse than we thought." Police sirens approached, fast. He looked out. Balogun had called them in. "They're coming for you," Amara warned. "I'm not done," Malik said. "Get the camera ready." He stepped into the open, raised his gun toward the lead police car, but then dropped it. He pulled a small device from his pocket and held it high. "Let the world see what your empire's built on," he shouted. Amara streamed it live, footage of the crates, the victims, the Zenix logo shining through the smoke. Millions watched, comments flooded in. Hashtag Zenix Empire exposed. Hashtag Justice for Lagos. Malik smiled faintly as police surrounded him. "You can cage a man, but not a truth." Then, a single sniper shot rang out. He fell. Amara's scream cut through the chaos. She grabbed the camera, still streaming. "They killed him! He tried to save them, and they—" The feed went dark. Hours later, the footage resurfaced everywhere. News stations, social media, streets filled with protesters chanting his name. Tunde Adebayo! Tunde Adebayo! Balogun watched from his penthouse, fury and fear mixing behind his eyes. Erase everything, he barked. Shut it all down. But it was too late. Malik's virus spread through every Zenix system, unlocking hidden files, exposing decades of corruption. Screens across Lagos flickered with the company's crimes. In every home, on every phone, the same message appeared. You built your empire with my hands. Now, watch it burn. Midnight. Amara stood on the same rooftop where she'd first met him. Rain again. Always rain. She spoke softly into the camera. They thought they could bury a man and erase a name. But legends don't die. They multiply. Behind her, sirens echoed. Zenix Tower was on fire. She turned back to the camera. If you believe in justice, if you believe in truth, share his story. Let the world know what happened in the shadows of Lagos. She wiped a tear from her cheek, forced a small smile. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. Because stories like this, real or fiction, deserve to be heard. Her voice dropped to a whisper. Empire stories, where every shadow has a voice. The city burned behind her, fade to black. Dawn bled slowly across the skyline of Lagos, smearing orange light over smoke and shattered glass. Zenix Tower was nothing more than a charred monument, its golden falcon emblem, half melted, hung by one wing. Crowds filled the streets, chanting, crying, filming. News drones hovered overhead. Every headline carried the same name. Tunde Adebayo, the man who exposed the empire. But no one knew if he was alive. Amara hadn't slept. Her eyes were swollen, her clothes soaked in soot. She stood inside a makeshift newsroom, surrounded by journalists replaying the same clip, the moment he fell. One journalist turned to her. They say the police recovered a body. She shook her head. No, they found blood. That's all. He's not gone. He's too careful. The journalist looked doubtful. What makes you so sure? Amara smiled faintly. Because he planned for everything. Across the lagoon, hidden deep inside an abandoned container yard, a figure sat at a flickering monitor. The light cast across his face, tired, scarred, but alive. Malik Ajayi. His shoulder was bandaged, his breathing slow but steady. He watched the chaos unfold on screen. The protests, the arrests, the downfall of Balogun. When the news anchor announced that the chief had been detained while attempting to flee the country, Malik exhaled deeply. Justice, at last. He leaned back in the chair, closing his eyes. For a moment, he could almost hear his wife's laughter, his son's tiny stepfalls, the warmth of a home that no longer existed. He whispered, "It's done, Adije. It's over." Then, a voice crackled through his comm device. "You didn't think I'd let you finish without me, did you?" He smiled faintly. "You're late." Amara's voice came through. "You're alive." "Barely. I've had 100 interviews lined up. Every outlet wants to know your story." He chuckled quietly. "No, let the story belong to the people. I was never the hero, just the spark." Amara hesitated. "What will you do now?" Malik stared out at the harbor, sunlight glinting off the waves. "Rebuild," he said. "Somewhere quiet, somewhere no one remembers my name." "People will remember," she said softly. "You lit up an entire continent." He smiled again. "Then make sure they remember why." 2 days later, the city buzzed with new energy. Street art of Malik's masked face appeared on walls, the shadow of Lagos. Vendors sold shirts with his quote, "Empires rise on lies, but justice moves in silence." Amara uploaded the full documentary, interviews, leaked files, and Malik's final message. Within hours, it hit 10 million views. The comment section exploded. "He's the African John Wick. This is better than any Netflix movie. The Empire Stories, this channel deserves an Oscar." Subbed instantly. "Keep telling stories like this." Amara watched the numbers climb, her heart pounding. She whispered to the screen, "You did it, Tunde." But as she turned to close her laptop, her phone vibrated. Unknown number. One message. "You think the Empire died with one man? Some shadows never fade." She stared at it, unease curling in her gut. Then she noticed a small flash drive on her desk, one she hadn't seen before. A note attached read, "For when they come again, M." Her hands trembled as she plugged it in. The screen flickered to life. Encrypted files, names, transactions, offshore accounts, new targets. She smiled slowly. Guess retirement's canceled.